everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why is that no such program like my coaching program exists anywhere in the universe, and nobody but nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information for me is below. If before booking the monthly coaching with me, which I recommend 2 to 3 months minimum in coaching with me to make the profound change that you really seek, okay, I don't care what kind of coach you've been to before. I am not like any coach out there. And the more that people send me material from other coaches, the more I get convinced of it. Okay. After me, you will never need another coach. You will walk away from my coaching knowing exactly what to do. And if ever you get confused, you can re-listen to our conversations that I record, or re-listen to our Zoom sessions that I record, or re-listen to my audios that I record back to yours. Everything that you need to know about my packages are on my website. Please read through the description. It's completely accurate. And if before committing to me on a month-to-month basis, you need to make up your mind, I offer an hour session upon concluding which you will need to embark on this journey with me, okay? I don't do phone calls here and there. This will not help you. The phone calls that are on my website are solely for the people who have already gone through my coaching, that I've already worked with, and I know them inside and out, and are coming in months later or even a year later for some touch-ups. Okay, I don't spend nearly as much time on these phone calls. Why? Because usually I re-listen to everything when people are in my coaching, whether that's the phone session, Zoom session, or the audio. I really listen to it like more than once, 3 times sometimes, and I take extensive notes. When somebody's coming in back into for the touch-ups, somebody who's been in my coaching already, I already know what their entire life story, so I just am present in the phone call. I channel, like most of you know, and I channel answers for them. And I don't take nearly as many notes. I don't need to. I already know everything, okay? In other words, if you want to do this right, do yourself a favor and go with the monthly. One phone call with me will absolutely not solve your situation in no shape or form. Again, would like to remind those who want to become a coach, I do offer coaching for coaches as well. It's an investment. It's a month, okay, in which I teach you everything I know about how to coach people. If you want to spend more than 1 month, that's fine, but I can do it in 1 month. Okay, we meet 2 to 3 times per week, just like I do with all of my clients. That frequency also doesn't exist anywhere on the internet, parenthesis here, not for nothing. And we discuss what it is you need to do with your business, whether you're already a coach and want to elevate your game, or you're just switching careers and you want to become a coach. This is well worth your investment because I've coached many coaches, and let me tell you something. They quadrupled and quintupled their monthly income. This is not a lie. This is complete truth. If you're doing it correctly, you should definitely be, first of all, you should get into this game for the wanting to help people, not for the money. But if you're doing it correctly, if you organize your business correctly, you should definitely quadruple or quintuple your money, and that's what I help a lot of people to do. If you have any questions, you can email me directly. Email is below, or just book an hour session and let's converse about what are your objectives in coaching. The subject of today is get your matrix glitch on. So we're going to talk about how to basically switch reality upside down. Okay, manifest a miracle. Manifest something that is unprecedented in your reality. Okay, now of course you have to believe that you can do it. If you can't or don't believe it, it isn't going to happen. Okay, I'm going on the assumption that at least some of you listening in have done the work. I know a lot of my clients are listening to my channel, my past clients and current. or you have already done the work somewhat with somebody else. But let me tell you something, my coaching will revolutionize your life. This is not even a lie, because I just, the more I watch other people do what they do on their channels, the more I get convinced that my way is the correct way. I have yet to see somebody who is on par with me. And this is not being narcissistic. This is just telling you the truth. Why? Because I'm not superficial about it. I actually explain how to actually do it. And I actually tell you the entire truth because I come from experience. Many of these coaches have no idea what they're talking about because they have not experienced what they're talking about. And that's a big no-no. You really have to pick a coach who actually has manifested things in their own life. Okay, and speaks with complete confidence. Why do you think I'm so confident? Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I have experienced it, and this is why I can teach it right to everybody in my coaching. And you know what? The other day I saw somebody on Reddit, somebody actually sent it to me, that they put me in a list of like the coaches that they follow, and I'm on top of that list. And the only fucking complaint they had about me is that my intros are too long. And she said, if you skip the first 10 minutes, like, she's great. I'm like, yeah, if you skip the 10 minutes, you probably skip most of information that you need if you need to get in coaching and correct your life. If you just watching videos nonstop, then yeah, all right, carry on. That's completely stupid to me. And the only complaint she had, or he had, is that my intros are too long. That's ingratitude galore to me. But anyway, like, what about all this information that you get completely free and you are focusing on the intro? Okay, so what should, in your opinion, I should just not promote the coaching and just not let people know that they can be coached by me? Oh, that's your idea. So I should cater to your interest. No, I'm sorry. I'm here just as much for myself as for you. Yes, I am selfish. I teach being selfish. And if you don't understand that selfishness can actually represent self-love, hence selfish, yes, it's so selfish of me that I want to help as many people as possible. Yes, it's so selfish of me, but I mean, it's tongue-in-cheek, everything I say. It's, a joke, of course. But being selfish on purpose, meaning loving yourself and catering to your own needs, is actually mandatory for you to manifest anything. Now that we're done with that, the way you operate your universe with your decisions. And I will give you an example in this audio that I've already given, okay, many different ways in my lives, etc. But I will give it to you again because I think there are more people that have joined the channel. And by the way, please subscribe and let's like every single one of my videos, because I literally want to spread the message to as many people as we possibly can, because I'm just so irritated when I look at other people's work. I don't know if they're buying subscribers or what, but something is like really shitty that's happening. I want people to know the truth, that they can actually manifest this without like techniques or affirmations. Okay, affirmations only work if you already done the belief work. Okay, so if you don't going in without believing what the fuck you're saying, it's not going to work, no matter how many times you say it. An affirmation goes like this: you just say it once, and if you buy into what you're saying, it works. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You're not a fucking wall to keep banging against it. Okay, so you need to work on your beliefs. So I'm going to start out with this example, and I'm going to pick it apart and explain it. So years ago, I had this situation where I was involved in a lawsuit, and it went on for a long time. And I was strategizing around it, working, researching, And I was really, in the meantime, looking for a solution that would definitely help it all. And I really cannot go into specifics because it's a little too personal, and it would be really, really long. And so I don't want to bore you with details, but essentially on the day that there was a decision to be made in court, the decision was not favorable to me. Okay, and I had a feeling that it wouldn't be. Nevertheless, I was hoping for the best. And so I was kind of like really upset, to be honest. I started crying out of frustration. And I said to myself, as I'm getting into my car, I think I got in the cab actually. I can't remember now. And I said to myself, from this point on, I am going to shift realities. I am going to completely shift realities into the most favorable timeline, okay, where everything is going to play out in my favor from this moment on. But my energy was so deliberate, which is why I say sometimes that you really need to get pissed the fuck off sometimes, or really, be at the end of it all, like trying and this and that and the other didn't help. So energetically, I commanded the universe at that very moment. And trust me when I tell you guys, parenthesis here, your guides, they're always fucking listening. The impatient one is you. You're the one with the roadblocks of beliefs and drama, trauma, panorama. Your guides are always listening to you. They're always catering to you. You're the one who needs to meet them halfway. The guides, angels, universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I know how I do it. Every single time I've done it, I've had a conversation with my guides and I literally instructed them, you have the permission to shift me into a parallel timeline in which I experience a skyrocketing success. I don't know fucking how. Right now it seems like a shit show. Okay, I don't have a fucking solution, and parenthesis here, I needed a solution. Like this was, let's say, Thursday, and by Monday I needed like the latest. Okay, I needed a solution. Now, mind you, I've been looking for a solution for 9 months, and all of a sudden, I need to fucking come up with a solution, like literally that day, okay? By Friday, the latest, so that on Monday, I can sign the paperwork, all right, of something that would replace that situation that I was working on. And so I got into the cab, and some of you don't drink, I understand, but I'm a champagne drinker when I celebrate shit, okay? So I got into a cab and I said, okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to completely contradict what I just heard. And I'm going to, on purpose, get happy, so happy. I'm going to demonstrate to the universe that I'm actually celebrating the solution, right? And so I went to the champagne store, I got my champagne, I called my hair lady. She was doing my hair. I was listening to my jazz music, which I love. It's the most, I don't know, it's so New York jazz music. It's so chic and so beautiful. And, it just makes me feel really, really good. Okay. Very elegant and very celebratory also, kind of like, and I'm, I got my hair done. My lady left, the hair lady left. And I'm just like sitting there listening to jazz music, kind of looking through really nice photos. I'm also a photography, kind of like amateur photographer, I guess I am, whatever. So, and suddenly I'm like, well, let me check my email. I haven't heard from this one and that one. Let me check what's going on. Because I emailed my lawyer and I was like, let me see if he replied. And my lawyer didn't reply. I guess he was like still in court or whatever. And suddenly I see this email pop up, like literally, okay, within, I don't know, like literally within an hour, maybe an hour and a half of doing this, right? And this person pops up and it's like, yeah, I don't know if you're still looking for the solution that you were kind of like, you emailed me a while ago, this and that. I completely forgot who it even was because I was so like stressed out, leading up to this. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I'm just like, send me the proposal, send me what you got. And he literally, and it's very unusual that a person with the business that I was that it's related to, they don't usually respond right away. Okay, they take a day or two or at least a couple of hours. This person emails me right back, like 2 minutes later, and says, here it is, la 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 lu, tapatu, this is and I'm looking at this, I'm like, something's off. It's too perfect. I don't understand what is the catch. Now, I didn't say this to him. And I just asked a couple more questions. We emailed back and forth very quickly. And he said, when can you meet face to face? I'm like, well, I guess I could meet in an hour. I have nothing else planned for the rest of the day. I cleared the rest of the day knowing this was going to be a shebang. And he's like, yeah, totally can do. Wow, now I'm really suspicious. And I'm just like, okay, great. All right, let's do it. So I show up. We look over the situation that we needed to discuss. Okay, again, not saying specifics because it's a little too personal. And I looked at everything. I looked through everything. I'm one of these like people, I have a journalism degree. And I'm just like reading everything, going through everything. And I'm like, nothing. There's nothing to say no to here. And I was like, okay, I think you have a deal. And it was literally so much okay, when I tell you so much better, I mean, if the other situation that I really wanted to work out was like a 10, this was a million. I'm not even exaggerating. It was everything I wanted and everything I scripted. And so everything worked out. It's a gift that still keeps on giving. And because of this, because the other thing not working out, okay, and this thing showing up in my reality, okay, I went from being completely desperate, to be honest, and not knowing what the fuck I was going to do, to suddenly being so victorious. Literally, I was walking away from that meeting, like barely feeling my feet on the ground. I felt like I was floating. But again, before leading up to this, I was scripting. I scripted exactly what I wanted to have happen as a solution. I was meditating every single day, which I do every single day anyway, but meditating in the direction of this situation, like building the energy. Okay, you really have to. Things just don't happen to you. You are working and massaging your manifestation every single day, especially when you don't see anything happen, or if something diametrically opposed happens, like what happened seemingly to me. You still need to keep going. You still need to keep going and knowing that your desire will inevitably find you. Okay, momentarily there will be a kind of like a moment of weakness, a moment of doubt and this and that, but as quickly as you can, and don't stay there forever, right? So a lot of you make this mistake of like reacting to what you don't see, what you don't have. You need to keep going because it's right around the corner. Your glitch is right around the corner, especially when such a powerful energy goes out. And for me, believe me, I was as powerful that afternoon as I fucking could be. I was like, listen. Universe, okay, I brought out like my motherfucking gangster energy. All right, I was like, listen up, motherfuckers, like you are going to shift me right now because I am not taking this for an answer. I need a better fucking answer right now. And it was so magical that I could barely believe it. After I signed the paperwork and everything was finalized by Monday, I was still looking for things like, okay, where is the surprise? When is the surprise is going to come to me? But you know something, the surprises were of the best kind. There was another surprise. I've built a lot of other beautiful things around this, which laid the kind of like the groundwork for a lot of beautiful other things and projects that I got involved in. And it just, like I said, it's just a gift that keeps on giving. I think the idea is really to believe that you are that powerful, that you can shift realities on command, but having prepared yourself for it, right? Having pre-paved this road of I want this and I want that. You really need to know what the fuck you want, right? And cultivating that energy of like something miraculous, something that doesn't make sense will happen. Okay, that's how I was approaching it, right? So it doesn't have to make sense. It can be unprecedented. I don't care. I just want it to work out in my favor. And so I think it's also the abandonment of I don't have to know how. I don't have to. A lot of us like, okay, I don't see anything happening. I'm going to like bid 3D, to the pulp. And in trying to make something happen, it's the wrong way. It's the cultivating of energy on the inside. That's what the true magicianship is. Getting to know yourself, your qualities, your energy, your belief system, what you believe and don't believe, your situations of challenge. Like, many different people have different challenging areas. Like, for me, money is not a fucking problem. Never was, right? If I really focus on it, I know exactly how I'm going to get. Relationships used to be a problem. They aren't anymore. So, but everybody has an area that they need to work out, okay? Or maybe it could be both for you. I don't know. Maybe everything could be a challenge right now. But essentially, you understand there's certain things that are more challenging. And so for you, it becomes a situation where you need to come in and you need to exercise these new beliefs. Okay, investigate what you need to work on and exercise new beliefs. This is how the universe responds instantaneously when you abandon that bullshit that you used to believe. And in the fact, okay, telling the universe, okay, what kind of reality is going to play next. It's jumping into a parallel reality, but it also like changing the past in a lot of ways. And I'm going to make a separate audio about this. And parenthesis here, it's so much easier for me to record these audios because frankly, videos take forever to load and I don't have that kind of time sometimes. So how's this, guys? We're going to do live maybe once a week. Okay, maybe on Saturdays, 2 p.m. like I usually do, 2 or 3 p.m. But in between, I have to do audios because the videos, they take forever to load. And sometimes I just don't have that kind of time. It takes like at least an hour to load for whatever reason. Okay, and over here, not that tech savvy to begin with, but now, you know, I'd rather spend more time with my clients. That's what it all really comes down to. And you can ask your questions during live and la la la. And that's just about, I think it's about serving you, and serving your questions and this and that. And ultimately you get the best information here ever that I wish, like I wish I had traveled back to the past to when I was in my 20s and given this channel to myself and heard it all back to, and basically learned a lot sooner. But in essence, it's correct. You are changing your past by changing your present. Because in the past, it wouldn't have been possible. But when you're dropping this resistance towards something new, and you're just saying, I don't care how, but this is happening, with the best interest of everybody involved, obviously. Okay, nothing dramatic has to happen. You allow yourself to elevate to a higher ground. I don't know how else to describe it. And many times I've had these situations where in the most kind of like quote unquote impossible situation, the most kind of challenging and this and that, there was no way out. And the way presented itself to me. It just came to me. And that doesn't happen when you're stressed out. That doesn't happen when you doubt. That doesn't happen when you're worried. No, it just can't. You're delaying that shit. Okay, which a lot of you do with your SPs, with all sorts of situations. You need to come into situation, like I said, with your gangster attitude. Like, this is what's happening and I'm not accepting anything else. And the universe pays attention very, very closely to what you're saying to it. And if you're saying something like, I'm worried, it'll let you keep worrying. If you're saying, I'm miserable, it'll let you be miserable till the end of motherfucking time. It's whatever you command. If I'm celebrating, then that means something is coming that I'm going to celebrate. It just by definition, you act as if it's already here. You have it now. This is the glitch that you need to exercise day in and day out if you want to change a very kind of like horrible situation. But again, you will not be able to do this if you don't believe you can. And so there might be some resistance with you, as easy as it was for me, even though it was challenging to kind of like switch off to, I'm going to celebrate. A little bit challenging, I won't lie. But I was able to do it because I have this muscle developed. If you don't, you need to develop this muscle through self-work. Okay, it doesn't exist that you're going to like watch 300 million videos on YouTube and all of a sudden you're going to be a transformed human being. It just doesn't. Why? Very simple reason. It's not personable. Videos are not personable. As much good information as it can contain, your story is different. You're a different human being. You have different challenges from anybody else. Okay, you're a very unique person. Like, everybody's very, very unique. And what works for somebody else may not work for you, and la 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 la. And most importantly, you need to talk through your trauma panorama. Okay, I'm not saying, again, I'm not a therapist, but in coaching, we do focus on what has happened. Why? Because it's important to understand why all this happened, so that you never repeat that again. And so when you work through that with somebody, it becomes to you like blatantly apparent what it is that you need to do going forward, so that you don't repeat that, and so that you are in charge of your reality and are capable of creating these kinds of shifts at will whenever you want to. Okay, and if you still aren't able to do it, then there's more work to do. As long as there is something blocking you, you're still not releasing a certain part of you, okay, that is standing in your way to the new reality. I could not have said it any better. Okay, thank you very much for listening. All the information again for me is below. Until next time, ciao ciao.